Hello, everyone. Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'.
Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm Pamela Pick. This is my husband, Bill Pick. He sometimes will watch the computer for me just to make sure that he can catch some questions so I can answer them during the video. So come on in, say hello, tell us where you're from, and we'll get started. Let's see. Okay. All right, you got it going there. Uh-oh. What did you do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Ooh, there's...
You know you did that from my own thing.
There's clicking the
Yeah.
wow button.
Do it yours.
Okay.
So come on in. We're getting set up here, and we'll get ready to do our drawing. So each week when I start my Facebook Live, I do a drawing for the cards that we made last week. And here are the cards that we made last week. Just so stinking cute. I love them. This was done with, what was the name of that set? Oh, I get so confused because there's so many that come and go. And now I own so many of them. Let me think. Nope, that was the one I did for... Do you remember the name of that set?
What's that?
I think it's Darling Details, but I can't...
I don't remember.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I think it's Darling Details is what we used to make this card. And then we just did a little bit of stamping on the envelope so that it kind of dresses it up too. So these are what we are going to... draw for. So how you get your name in the drawing is you share this video to your wall, and then and then next week I will I'll gather the names. Bill draws from the tickets. I have a little ticket thing here.
Are you having a paper share? Yes, we are.
Yes, I'm having a paper share. We're going to talk about that at the end.
Already having the questions.
It is really? That was
a question.
Who asked that?
Kathy Walton?
Yes, Kathy, I am doing a paper share. Yes, and so let me go back to what I was saying. Share this video to your wall right now, and then your name goes into the drawing next week for the cards that I made this week. So these are the cards we made last week. It's really cute. It's not a fun fold or anything, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. And Bill, do you want to draw? Is enough people in that we can start?
5.
Okay, so let's start. Will you draw a couple of names on here?
1.
Oh, whoops.
2.
Okay. Did you get 2 or 3?
2.
Okay.
Beverly Folk.
Oh, right. Beverly Folk.
Yeah.
Yes. I have your address so I can send that to you. Oh, you dropped
France.
Oh, France hasn't won in a while. All right, France. Okay, great. Thank you guys so much for sharing my video. I will get these out to you. Oh, here we go. Bill, can you take these for me and put them right over there?
Marsha's on the right video.
All right, Marsha, welcome. So
I'm on the right one.
I'm sure some of the regulars have joined us. So
Oh, yeah.
today I want to talk about this. It's in our annual catalog. It's textured floral. I want to make a slimline because I haven't made a slimline in a while. And I wanted to use this because this has that kind of like distinctive look to it. And it's got that like watercolor effect to it. You can see it's not like a solid image. And it's kind of like impressionistic as far as the details on it. It's kind of like it was kind of watercolored, you know. And it does have a set of dies. Now today we're going to concentrate on a technique. I've been doing a lot of die cards, like those cards that were just one. And so I wanted to put this aside. When you do buy these together, you do save 10% on the bundle. But we're just going to use the stamp set. What are you giggling about?
Gene Shute says this Gene hasn't won in a while.
Well, you'll have to make that happen.
Well, yeah.
So I am going to be using this. We're going to be doing, it's almost a SIP card. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's just stamps, ink, and paper, SIP. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make our own. This is exactly what I thought of with this technique, because we're going to make our own DSP with this. So these are photopolymer stamps, which means they're not the red rubber. They're the see-through kind. And so
you need to use your little pad.
Yep, that's why I grabbed my little pad. The red rubber have a cushion so that when you're stamping an image, you get a good image on there. But the photopolymer don't. And so if you stamp on something with a little bit of a cushion, you get a better image. So I definitely want to do that. Where to start on this one? Let's start with a piece of basic white. Now, because I'm doing a slimline, who is cracking you up?
The ladies in their conversation.
Oh, he's watching you guys and laughing. So I want to start off with a piece of basic white. This is cut at 3 by 8 inches. Okay, yeah, I had to like double think that. 3 by 8. And we're going to pull out a tool. So to start this, let's pull out our Simply scoreboard. Now mine is very well loved. I broke the top off. I don't even have any more of the clips anymore, but it still works. So this is one of my favorite things that we have. You can use your Stampin' trimmer because it does have a score tool on it. I like when I'm doing more score lines, instead of having to move the paper and adjust it, I like having this where it locks it into this corner for projects just like this. Now this is called the faux tile. So I want you to stick...
Faux tile.
Yes, faux tile. I want you to stick... Bill, are you going to keep interrupting me? I want you to stick the paper up at the top with the long side, the 8-inch side. And there are 2 sides of the stylus here. There's a bigger ball and a smaller end. I'm going to use the smaller. That's personal preference for me. So I'm going to do 1-inch score lines on here. And I'm going to take this out because it makes it, let's get it flat on here. I am on camera, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just going to go, it's at 8-inch, I'm just going to go and score. And I'm going to make kind of deep score lines, so I might do it a few times. 1 inches across, all the way across. This technique has been around for a while, but sometimes you just have to pull it out. Okay, now for me, it's just easier than to try to get up into the corner and hold my hand over here. So I'm just going to flip it. It's the same thing. It's just 1-inch increments. Like this. Now remember, I did that pretty deep. You can probably see that. Those are pretty deep. So now I'm going to come over here, and again, I'm going to do 1-inch increments all the way down. Now for me, it's easier to do it on this side than it is to do on that side because I am right-handed. And so make sure that's tight up there and come here and just go the opposite direction. Now we sell these boards. I want to say it comes with the stylus and it comes with the little storage tray. And they do have little, if you need the little tabs to line up your project so you can see it. I've just long lost mine. So I'm going to do it that way. And then the only reason I'm flipping it is it's easier for me, instead of fighting my hand, to just flip it and do another 1-inch score line here. So fairly deep. I'm going to come back because I really want these where we went through the track of the other ones. I want these ones to be the prominent one. And it's that simple. It's basically embossing with your score tool. Okay? So this is the raised side, and this is the side that has the divot. We're going to be stamping on the divot side. So let's start some stamping. And you guys know that I like black, white, and a pop of color. Well, let's just say I have black, white, and a lot of color. So the color palette I chose is my favorite, Granny Apple Green. I love Tahitian Tide. These two together make me happy. I actually probably like the Parakeet party a little bit more with that. But for this one, I needed that not to be so bright. I needed the green. Melon Mambo. And I love this combination. In fact, my bathroom is bright hot pink and Calypso Coral, if you can believe that. I had all this blue and stuff in this house.
One room.
I have one room that for myself is just bright pink and coral. And I love the combination together. Adding it with these colors, oh, it's bright and summery. I know that we're heading into fall. You guys know that we have the new catalog coming out, but I'm holding on to the summer flowers. So this is a really pretty flower. Now I put a piece of this is just a scrap piece of typing paper that I had laying around. Whenever we print something off on the computer, I always use it as scrap. If it's something like a receipt or something and then you don't need it anymore. So I'm going to ink this up really good, and I'm going to give this a test, but I'm going to put my mat underneath. I'm going to give a test on my stamp paper. So when you have a really inky pad, oh, that's pretty good. It will, and it's supposed to look like that, where you have the dark and then the light in the images. I want that texture on this. So with the side that's going down, not the raised side, the side that's going down, I'm going to start here and ink this up. You don't want to press really hard, but I'm going to just kind of go on and off, right like that. So you see the lines are showing through on this, okay? That gives that tiled effect. And I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to come down on this one a little bit, and maybe I'll spread that out like that, okay? Perfect.
Awesome.
That was easy enough, right? There's nothing to this technique. It's so easy. Then bringing in the Calypso Coral. So this is such a pretty, and as you can see, mine is pretty inky at the moment. So here's my trick. When I've got a really inky ink pad, you can tell I had inked it and it's kind of, you can push it down just by using the back of a spoon. And it also, on these colors, especially the ones with reds, the ones that have a lot of deep color, it will help, like, sometimes you get like the color kind of crystallizes on the top of the pads, and this will help kind of mix that in. So that's kind of another, don't get your thumb in it. What did I
love that technique.
Yes, it's really pretty. Wait till you see this when I'm done. What did we do with the...
You moved it.
I know I did. What did I do with it? I thought it was too, but I don't see it. Okay, well, anyway, use the back of your chamois, and apparently I'm going to have to do this later to get the back of...
right there.
Where? Oh, haha. Just clean it off with your chamois because this will rinse right off. I use the same one if my spoon breaks, because sometimes after a while it does. It's a plastic spoon. Who cares, right?
Right.
I've seen some people use their bone folder, but mine was given to me as a gift. Then it was engraved with my name. I mean, it had Stampin' Up on that side, but I just don't want to make that, so I use a spoon. You could use either. Anyway, ink it up, test it, always test it. And we'll just start with one right there. And I'm going to turn this this way.
They like that technique on refreshing your ink pad.
And this way. Okay, so you see the lines are going through it. Kind of neat, huh?
I like that.
Do you? Yeah. Now, you know what? While I'm sitting here, I'm going to pull out another piece. And I'm going to just kind of do this together, because I think what I can do is kill two birds with one stone. So let's come back. Here's another piece that doesn't have the engraving in it so far. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to take the Melon Mambo again and stamp that up. And I'm going to put the full image this time just onto the side of this piece, like so. Wonderful. And then I'm going to throw in the same thing again. I'm going to ink this up, and let's do Oh, maybe a little there and a little there. Each one of these will be a little bit different, and that's what makes it individual and unique. So then let's come back in with some Granny Apple Green. And so if this one was crystallizing, and I've got a little bit on this side, but if this one was crystallizing, I'd do the same thing with my spoon. I keep Granny Apple Green pretty inked up. It is my favorite green, I'm going to have to say. I like the bright colors on it. So let's just do a little on and off there. And we'll have this coming down maybe that way. And let's have a leaf or two sticking up that direction. And we'll come this way. Okay, so I've got that. Let's bring this one in then with the Granny Apple Green. And I think I'm just going to have, and it's okay if these overlap. This is so like impressionistic and watercolored, and you know, you can customize it and make it as personal as you want. Each one are going to be different and be personal, which I love. So I just turn this a little bit each time, and we'll do, how about some there?
Wow. Big reactions. Big reactions.
Yeah. It's going to be neat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I haven't done a slimline in a while, so yeah, that looks pretty good with that. So we'll stop there. Now, sometimes it's the smallest little things that you can do that really make such a neat. There is, in this stamp set, that little kind of splattery. So I'm going to take the Tahitian Tide. Remember, don't press too hard. Oh, I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to, so it's one generation lighter. Stamp off.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? And we'll do this, stamp off. And it can, oh, I didn't stamp off, but it's still pretty. We'll do this. Isn't that pretty? I love it.
Your scrap paper.
My scrap, oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think I'll do just a little going right up that direction since that's going a little higher. And then let's bring this one in and stamp off.
That's Melon Mambo, right?
Melon Mambo, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, and now I'm using Tahitian Tide. And I'm kind of going over these, and that's okay because I'm just making kind of a neat little overlapped impressionistic look. And don't beat yourself up. I did it again. I forgot to stamp off. Okay, now here's my trick to really make this thing pop. So I am all about the black and white. I am. I'm all about it. So let's go in here and let's do black stamen on this. These are the little stamen on the flowers. See? Isn't that pretty? And let's pull this one up and let's do it on this too. And so this flower's facing this way. So just don't press so hard that you're, you know, really mucking up those creases. And I'll do this one this way. Look at that. Do you see how that's just popping it up? Mm-hmm. It's just gorgeous. Okay, let's see. I think this one is, we'll do maybe like that. And this one like that. And this one, oh, that one's kind of right on it, so I have to be careful on my pressure. Whoa, did that just come alive or what?
Wow.
Yeah, right? That black. Wait till you see what I'm going to do next. Okay, so who wants to win this card next week?
If you want to win it, you got to share it.
Yep. Okay, so I've gotten this far. I'm not done yet, but I've gotten this far. I'm going to set this aside for a moment, and I chose the sentiment, every thought of you makes me smile. Now, we're so used to putting our sentiments on white, And I decided I wanted to put it on Granny Apple Green. I took a piece and that I thought would fit this. Yeah, that'll fit. And I'll cut it down. Let's see. This right now is about 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. So it's just a scrap that I have. And what I want to do is I want to emboss it in black because that is going to be bolder than just stamping it in black. Plus it gives a little bit of texture to the card. So I want to throw my Emboss Buddy from our kit in here. Especially if you've never seen embossing done. The very first time I saw embossing done, favorite technique of all techniques, it still is. What? Are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Favorite technique.
Really?
Of all the techniques. Favorite technique.
It is. It was the first time I saw it. It was like, oh, that's how they do that. So I'm going to ink this up in our Versamark. It's our watermark stamp. So if you stamp this on colored cardstock, you're going to see it like you will just now. And I'm going to stand up here. And I want to get this to the end because you guys know I don't measure like other people do. Okay, so I'm going to give that a good press so that that glue transfers. So you can see it on here. It gives that watermark. But I'm going to use some black embossing powder. So,
ooh, black.
Yeah, you haven't seen me use black in a while. This is my black light. Ooh, look at that. Ugh, we're not going to stick our hands in that. We're going to do this instead. We'll just go like this. Okay. Did I get it all? In my other one, it doesn't bug me nearly as bad. I guess I can't. Did I just smack that? I did.
Did what?
Oh, I smacked it with my finger by accident. I'm used to having my spoon to do it. So, me and my cheap spoons, right? So I'm going to use our heat tool to just make this be shiny. Oh, I forgot to turn on the overhead light. Is the light okay?
It looks good.
Okay. So I'm going to heat this up. You don't want to burn the paper, so you definitely want to keep it moving. And you don't want to burn your fingers. I'm trying to do this on camera so you can see the magic of it, but it's not allowing me, so. There we go. Now, this wasn't my best emboss, but I think it's going to work. Okay, so you can see that it's got that shiny. Can you see the shiny on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's pull out our trimmer. Now, I'm going to take a guess at this is probably 3/4 inch, but let's just see. I don't really measure. Yeah, it's about 3/4. Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
It's not like I've been doing this for a while or something. Okay, so this is just a scrap. So I know, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this down. And I don't really measure, so I'll tell you afterwards. It's 3/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, so we'll throw these away. Now, while I've got this out here, I'm going to bring in a piece of Tahitian Tide. I love this paper. So with this one, I want to cut it. This is at 8.5. So let's cut this to 7. Now I can use this for another project, but while I've got this here, so 7 1/2 would be 3.5. So let's just score this at 3.5. With these slim lines, it's almost easier if you score it. Okay. There we go.
Just a friendly reminder, use the right tool.
Yeah.
Got that sucker right there.
Yeah, what he's talking about is there's a cut and a score. And the score is the lighter color brown, and then the cut is the darker. That's what he's talking about. Otherwise, you could cut it in half. So, okay, I want to fold this over like that. That just made that so much nicer. So, and I'm going to give this, our Tahitian Tide paper is really thick. I mean, it feels real thick. Okay. Perfect. All right, so let's keep moving here. So now, when you put this on here, it immediately is like, whoa, and you can see the design in there where it shows where each of these tiles are. But wait, there's more. If I were to take a piece that's 8 1/8 and 3 1/8 and put black behind it, look at this. Oh, me and my color with black and white. I just love it. It's gorgeous, right? So let's do this.
Big letters. Wow.
It really pops it. Sometimes when you're trying to make a certain statement, and I love our flower stamps probably most of all, I'm not going to lie. I think they're amazing. Especially these ones that have kind of this impressionistic feel to it. So let's carefully line this up because I don't have like a 1/4 inch border on here. I have like a 1/16 inch border with that 1/8 on each side. It comes to like about a 1/16. And it takes a little bit of time. That's why I use the green glue for lining it up. But I think that thin border allows this color to show. And you can see, even with my screw-ups on camera with you guys, it's still a beautiful card. Everything that is hand-stamped is absolutely gorgeous. So let's add this on here. Now, I usually have someone who asks me on postage on this. Most of these cards you can mail with one stamp. However, we have our black and our Tahitian Tide cardstock is pretty heavy, and for the layers that I'm going to do on this card, because there's more, I weighed it, and it does go over an ounce. If it's over an ounce, you have to add, it's either 15 or 20 cents more to send. But when you see the end of this and see how pretty it is, you're going to be thinking, I don't care, I'm sending it. So now let's do the same thing again, and let's take this for our inside piece. This is going to be the inside of the card, and let's mat it again. It's because I have these huge layers that make it, but you could do this in an A2 size card. I just like slim lines, and I haven't done one in a while, so I want you to notice that I did my slimline card here in a landscape mode instead of the traditional portrait mode, meaning it's going this way, because I find it just myself. I love them when they're like this, but I find myself, I write better. It's just easier for me to go across like this, even if I slant, because that I do sometimes as I slant. And then let's put this on the inside. So you can see already how beautiful this was, but it was very simple. Right now I've just got ink stamps and paper. So if you get a few good colors, a couple blocks, and a good stamp set, you don't necessarily need the dies. Do I like the dies that go with this? I do, and I'm one of those who has to have it all, right, Bill?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just as pretty on the inside as it is on the outside. And I think that's really gorgeous. Oh, so gorgeous. Okay, let's go back to this outside. So, a sentiment. We have one. I want to put some dimensionals on it, but I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put, normally I have them lined up all across here, but let's add some gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. So you can see both of them on here. Now, I am partial on this card to the gold, and I think that just has to do with that orange on there for me and the warm green. So I'm going to use gold, but you could use either. It does have enough cool that you could do the silver too. I do this every year. Like, this is our online exclusive, so that's where you're going to find that. But like with the holidays coming up, I like to have gold and silver. So the way I do this is I like to kind of measure how big and where this is going to be. So I know that I'm going to do kind of a loop-de-loo about this size. So where did my snips are? I can always trim that down, but I'm thinking I'm going to want something about this size. And this is where my Stampin' seal, this is where I use this. I use this, like, I know a lot of you use tape runners. I just don't know how people do it. You guys are good. Okay, so do I want this way? Or do I want it this way? Oh, I want it that way. I want it that way. So let's do a little line of this. All I'm putting this on here for is to hold my, I think I'll go like that, to hold my ribbon in place. And now the reason why I didn't do a dimensional here was because I wanted to see where it was going to be. I'm going to probably do this at a little bit of an angle.
Oh, make it wonky.
I love wonky, you know that.
I know.
A wonky donkey.
Wonky donkey.
Okay, so I knew you were going to do that. Okay, so just because it's who I am, I'm going to have to put, even though this is going to hold up that middle, I just am going to have to put a little bit closer. I'm an over-dimensionalizer. It's a problem. I go to a support group and everything. So, here we go. I think this is going to be so pretty. And I don't mind that it comes out a little bit. I actually kind of like that because you know me, I like to break up just square lines. So, okay, again, this was the gold and silver trim. You can't find this in any catalog. It's going to be in our online exclusives only. All right, so I've got that. Now, let me pull out some brushed metallic. We've had this for a while, and I'm kind of glad that they kept them because I really like it, especially with all of the gold and copper things that are coming out for fall. I mean, let me get my take your pick tool. I like the picky end, so we're going to use this. And I'm just going to add a little gold accent right here off to this side. Now, we used to sell, we don't anymore, but we used to sell envelopes for our, for making slimline cards, but we don't sell them anymore. So before someone says, well, where do you get an envelope? You can make an envelope. And I have downline who do that, and that's great. I am a lazy stamper. I do not want to make an envelope, so I buy mine, and actually I buy them off of Amazon. These are the ones that I like just because it's not basic white. It's just a little something different. They're legal. That's all it is. It's just a legal size envelope. And you can stamp on it. This changes the color of the image. Like if you were doing maybe something in brown on brown, I think it would look good. But for these, you don't. It fits in with the card, so that's what I'll be sending mine in. But this is the card that we made. Isn't this awesome?
It is.
And
pretty.
I have another one here. And actually, I have more because what?
some people can't wait to get upstairs and case this.
Oh, I have more. I'm working on I just really liked this so much. I thought I'm going to make a few of these. So it's a very simple card. And really, I mean, yes, I have some ribbon and that, but there's no die cutting. You do your own, you know, tile just right there with your score tool, and it's just some ribbon and a little bit of an embellishment. But if you've got some good colors, this is good technique for someone who's just starting out in stamping. It looks very impressive when someone gets that, especially when you can get something that has a decorated inside like that. I think it's just gorgeous. So these will be on my next week for
a giveaway.
A giveaway, yes. Actually, I have another one here. I really like this, so I'm making a few of these. Okay, let's go straight to a few things. First of all, if you're new, thank you so much for watching us. Please like and follow us here on Facebook. We would appreciate that very much. Then you get notice of things like when I go live or when I post information, stuff like that. Today's the 8th or 9th? 9th. So you have until tomorrow to sign up for the Paper Pumpkin Kit if you would like that. Paper Pumpkin is an online subscription service, so once a month they will send it right to you. It's actually really cute. This month they're doing 8 cards. It's a kit, so 8 cards for each of 2 designs, and you can kind of, my printer's not that great, but you can kind of see it here. They're so pretty. Now, if you'd like to purchase any of the products that I showed you today, I do sell all of them. You can hit the Shop Now button at the top of my Facebook page. Please use a host code. This is my current host code right now. This gets you enrolled into my Perks program, and my Perks program is kind of awesome because it's like 10% back in product for you. If you need more information, let me know. This is my reminder to let you guys know that I will not, I again repeat, I will not be having a parfait this week. I've got a doctor's appointment. I think it's going to wipe me out, and so I will not be doing that on Friday. The company has a kit sale going on right now, and it is an awesome deal because there are 10, 20, and 30% off on kits. There's still quite a few kits available. There are some that are sold out. The Festive Tags kit is a brand new kit, and it is still available if you do tags for your gift bags and stuff. This is kind of nice. It's an all-inclusive kit, which is great. It just takes minutes to make. This is my reminder to let you guys know that if you had $5 coupons in the July that you got from Stampin' Up, use them before this month is over because they're no good. They expire at the end of this month. How to use a coupon is a common question I keep getting. Well, this is kind of what it looks like when you sign in to check out of the website. You have your shopping cart. So here I have a kit in my shopping cart. And then, this was before the sale actually, because otherwise it will show the difference. But when you go down, it should say Shopping with Pamela Pick, and then it says Add Host Code. That's where you would put that in if your order's under $149. And then you put the host code in, come down to checkout. It's going to summarize all your products and everything here. And there's a little bitty writing that says coupon code. Click that and add in your coupon codes. It will subtract it for when you go to checkout. So if you had, I don't know, $5, $10, $15 worth of coupons, thank you so much for ordering from me, but definitely don't waste them. The online exclusives, that one of the things that I was talking about was this gold and silver trim pack, combo pack. That's where I found that. To find those is you go to the left-hand side, click shopping, shop all, and go straight to something that says online exclusives. That's where you're going to find the specialty things that are not listed in our catalog. And then, especially since someone asked, the paper share. Yes, I'm doing a paper share. I need to explain this for those of you who've never had a paper share before. I take money orders for paper. And each paper pack, 4 people are going to share it. So I cut it in half and I divide it by 4. So here's what that looks like. If it's a 12 by 12 paper, this is another paper. I've already started my paper shares. I package them. I do have a label of what color goes with them. I tell you too on my sign up form, and that has not been put out yet, but how many sheets you're going to get of it. I started packaging them this way because I found a way to ship it instead of 6 by 6, where you can get more out of a 6 by 12 sheet and still keep the price of shipping down. However, Stampin' Up! Does have papers. These are some of the new papers that are coming out, and this one is one of my all-time favorites. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Nothing says fall like a little bit of this foil paper and these specialty papers. But anyway, so some of them come in 6 by 6. So if they come in 6 by 6, I just label it and put it in a 6 by 6 package for you to keep. So what does this do for you? It means you're spending a quarter of what it costs to buy all the papers in the new upcoming catalog. So if you need a catalog, I finally got mine in from the company today. I was really kind of getting concerned there, but I have ordered some. I've got a few left because I was surprised at how many people wanted them. If you're not working with another demonstrator, I would be more than happy to send you a catalog for free. All I ask is that you place your first order with me just to help kind of offset the cost of the catalog and the shipping. So all you have to do that is just leave me your name and number right here, or your name and mailing address right here on the message here on Facebook, and I will definitely get that to you. If you're watching this later on YouTube, you can message me. I will have my contacts and my store listed in the description down below. Okay, this is not ready to go out to customers yet. It's a little too soon, but be looking for it. I'm going to be posting. I have a couple different graphics to post on this paper share. You know, having a little bit of everything and being able to play around with it is great at a quarter of the cost, because we're all sharing in the cost. So you guys have a great evening. Thanks so much. I will not be back here live until a week from tonight, 7 p.m. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.